It's a mess in here.
Yes, well, it turns out sulfuric acid eats through the body in all sorts of ways you wouldn't expect. Who knew?
You're a doctor.
Well, I suppose you got me there. I just thought it would make a good show.
What do you get from this?
Hmm?
What's the point? Why not just kill them and be done with it? Why make a big elaborate scene of it?
I could ask you the same thing. Why a killing game? You're dear friends, so I wasn't going to say no when you invited me to be a part of this team, but I'm having a hard time imagining why the theatrics are so necessary. What are you gaining from this? Is it an experiment? Is it research? What's the point? Always so tight-lipped about everything. It's charming in a sense.
Enough. He went out with quite the bang.
Praying?
Could have predicted that.
I find it somewhat amusing in honesty.
Why's that?
Well, I'm not a particularly religious man myself, but I have to wonder, using his last moments to pray, is that worth it? For a man so insistent that he's already been claimed by demons, I mean. My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. It's a quote from Shakespeare. Hamlet is steeled to kill King Claudius. When he realizes that Claudius is praying, it dawns on him that if he kills Claudius while he's praying, while he's begging God for forgiveness, then his soul will go to heaven, which Hamlet resents. He wants Claudius to suffer in hell. When he leaves Claudius be, Claudius reflects to himself that while his words fly up, his thoughts remain below. Because he's so riddled with sin and guilt, he can't address God. His words simply won't reach. I just find it funny to think that in his last moments, the moments he so desperately spent praying, his words might have been falling on completely deaf ears. I wonder if his sins were that severe. In his eyes, that is.
You're a sadist.
I'm a scientist.
What you do is a complete bastardization of science.
And what you do is groundbreaking. Admit it. You're just as much of a sadist as I am. There's no shame in it.
We're past the point of shame.
I'd have to agree. And yet...
And yet?
Well, I just find it amusing that our humanity is being called into question by a rabbit. Sounds like not all of us have entirely moved past the point of shame.
Clean this up.
Muranaga can handle it. He ran today's execution all on his own, after all. I'm so proud.
Don't get any ideas. He's not joining your team.
I can only dream, I suppose.
Get back to work.
Don't I deserve a break? I worked so hard today, preparing all that acid at the last second. Not to mention it's so early in the morning. Where's your compassion?
Work, Kan.